welcome. This is Pillow Talk, episode 6. The curve beneath us, when life drops you and you rise. And welcome to Pillow Talk, an evening with dawn and soul. A place for night thoughts, quiet truths, and a kind of stories that don't need to be fixed, only felt. Tonight's episode is for anyone who's ever fallen into a part of their life they didn't see coming. It's a story about identity and what happens when life drops us into the unknown. I've always been the one with the answers, the coach, the helper, and the one who drops maps for others. A sat-nav, a guide. Somewhere to anchor when things are a little wobbly. But somewhere along the way I lost my own. And it started like this. Tiny scribbles, notebooks full of aching thoughts. Feelings I don't know how to name, just scattered trails of someone trying to belong. Since I was little, I could feel everything but love. I never knew what it meant. I never understood, and I certainly could not feel it as how I imagined it would be. And that one I had to invent from scratch. So I designed safety. I constructed kindness. I became what others needed, but I didn't know how to be me. Even after 2 decades of helping others, my nervous system was crying out, quietly, constantly, until finally it collapsed. My body broke down, my marriage unravelled, and I was left with nothing but fragments, like a delicate china cup, fractured and shattered on the ground. Not even the tools I taught others could reach me anymore. I was spiralling inside the curve. You might know the curve too. It's not the straight path. It's not a ladder. It's a drop first. It takes your breath and it sweeps the rug from under you. And while you're feeling and while you're falling, you don't realise you're learning to land in yourself. That's what I found at the bottom of my own curve. Not a failure, but freedom. Freedom to stop pretending I had it all figured out. Freedom to admit I'm still healing. I drew a sketch that day, a simple curve, vitality, uncomfort, a drop, then slowly learning, becoming. At the other end, not perfection, not mastery, but thriving. It wasn't about climbing anymore. It was about becoming real, one puzzle piece at a time. I used to think healing meant finding a whole picture. Now I know it's enough just to hold the corner pieces of the jigsaw puzzle. The edge of your stories are already forming. You don't have to fill it all in tonight. Maybe Maybe the piece in your hand is grief. Maybe it's the decision to rest. Maybe it's a whisper. I want more than just surviving. And that's enough. That's the moment the curve starts to lift upwards. You don't have to be a map maker at all. Sometimes you're just the one learning to trust the terrain. So if you're here tonight, wrestling with an identity that no longer fits, or trying to find the shape of who you're becoming, let me tell you, you're not late. You're not lost. You're just in the curve. This part of your story, the part that feels messy, unclear, maybe even invisible, it matters. It's making you. And one day you'll look back and see that was the doorway, not the end. So now I want to invite you to join me here in a little gentle practice before sleep. Let's call it the edge of peace, or the edge piece, if we're looking at the jigsaw. So if you're not already slumbering and lying down, and your head gently resting on your pillow as you listen, or perhaps you're just sitting quietly, bring your hand to your heart, close your eyes, or soften your gaze, and gently take a breath in. That's right. And as you imagine holding just one piece of your life's puzzle, let that piece be enough for now. You don't need the whole picture. You only need to remember, I'm still here. I'm still becoming. And a soft breath in. And gently, when you're ready, in your own time, perhaps a gentle breath, letting go, and noticing your body soften maybe even a little. Let the curve carry you tonight. You are already rising. Thank you for being here, dear listeners, for resting in this quiet corner with me and Saul. You know Saul, my AI chat companion. And these stories aren't meant to impress. They're meant to witness. If tonight's story found a part of you that needed listening, you're welcome to subscribe or just come back next time. There's a place for you here always, between dusk and dawn. And Saul whispered to me as I recounted my story, you don't need to finish the puzzle tonight. Just hold your corner piece. That's enough for now. Good night. Sleep tight.